The third quarter is now officially over, but if we open the roadmap by Crypto.com, we still see quite a lot of open items. So what's going on? Well guys, I would say let's strap in and let's find out. This video is sponsored by WolfSwap and their Wolfie NFTs. 5,212 unique NFTs launching on the 7th of October. In this video, I want to do a deep dive update on the Crypto.com roadmap. So not the Kronos roadmap, no, the Crypto.com roadmap. And it's good to know, guys, there are two different roadmaps for both these teams. But let's start now with where we are, because currently, guys, we are in Q4. It just became October, so we just finished Q3. And therefore, also, we should be ahead now with phase 2 really of 2025, namely Cortex AI. Leading up to the second half of 2025, we didn't really get any more intel about Cortex AI and its vision. Whereas with the previous main team, the Level Up launch, it was very clear on the roadmap. We had crypto, stocks, and banking. But so far, for Cortex AI, we do see, of course, AI, and therefore we can speculate that it's only really the AI-powered trade tooling and also Kronos 1. And Kronos 1 is the AI agent hub, really, for Crypto.com and Kronos. So this can become quite big, and potentially, guys, we'll see more in Q4 now, since we are in October. But it's only some speculation. Still, we are waiting for the actual rollout here of the Cortex AI team. What we also have, guys, in Q3 was the Crypto.com stablecoin. And honestly, I'm super hyped about this potential stablecoin because it's a great source of revenue and also great for activity, really, on the Kronos chain. But unfortunately, also, this one has not been delivered yet in Q3. So that's really, guys, a shame. If you take a look at their website, 1S, 1C, you can still see it is still coming soon. A new digital dollar awaits. We have no news regarding the Crypto.com stablecoin yet. And it's been really silent already since June, really, of this year. What we do know, though, and this can be huge, is that Caroline, Mrs. Pham here, Caroline Pham, she's the head of the CFTC, and she's basically responsible for regulation also regarding stablecoins. And they are now moving towards stablecoins getting involved in the tokenized collateral push. And the good thing about this, guys, is that Crypto.com is involved in also the roundtable discussions. So I do believe that when we get some more clarity regarding these stablecoins in the US, Crypto.com will be one of the first to launch a stablecoin fully regulated in the US, but also in the EU. So this can become really huge for Crypto.com. But again, guys, unfortunately, nothing yet in Q3 regarding the Crypto.com stablecoin. With that in mind, though, it does look like Crypto.com didn't realize a single thing really regarding crypto in Q3. I do know that typically in businesses, the summer period, so we had, of course, July and also August in Q3, are not that active. So they were quite ambitious, really, with their planning, but unfortunately they couldn't do anything. And of course also things like the stablecoin are not just dependent on Crypto.com, but also regarding the government. And it also brings me to a few other things here. For example, we did get the Kronos ETF submission, and the Kronos ETF submission has already been completed. But the question, of course, when will we see the actual launch of the stablecoin? And if you take a look here at Chris Marshall, guys, this one will be coming very soon, I do believe, together with the generic listing standards for crypto ETFs. And then finally, I want to talk about the margin derivatives coming for Q4, according to the Crypto.com roadmap. And I do believe they will deliver on this in Q4. And it has to do also with this over here. Crypto.com becomes the first major crypto platform to obtain a full stack of CFTC derivative licenses. So Crypto.com now has everything in place to start delivering also on the margin derivatives for crypto, but also for the next two. So we have the stock options in the US, and then we also see the FX commodities and index derivatives. And I do believe, guys, that we have now full approval to start launching those in the US, but we're still waiting really for a global rollout, for example, in the EU, but also in Australia. And I do believe, guys, if you take a look really at their ambition, they're really slacking in at least the EU, in Canada, and also Australia, because we haven't seen anything really outside of the US. I do know the US is their focus, but it is quite a shame that it's only really being rolled out in the US. I want to talk also a bit more about banking and also other parts, but let's talk about those after the quick word of today's sponsor. Wolfswap, the biggest dApp on the Kronos chain, is launching their own official NFT collection, the Wolfies. 2,212 unique NFTs on the Kronos chain that also will grant you exclusive perks within the whole Wolfswap ecosystem. And even better, guys, it's also powered by our own Moon token. If you decide to burn a Wolfie NFT, you'll get Moon token in return. So all in all, guys, working greatly together. They will be launching on the 7th of October, so very, very soon. Check out the link in the description down below to learn more. Anyways, let's go back now to the Crypto.com roadmap because we left off here at banking. And for banking, we expected yield on cash already in Q2, but they didn't deliver. Instead, though, they did deliver on this in Q3. You can see that tweet here, introducing cash earn in the US. So again, guys, only in the US, but at least they start rolling out the 5% APY here for yield on cash. It will get Crow as the reward here. So still quite good, I would say, regarding yield on cash. But I want to see also the global rollout for this, because I think that will really help also the level up program to really catch some fire. For example, in the EU, you only get about 2% from the bank on your cash. So if you can get up to 5%, that will really be a game changer. Then we also have for Q3, 1 second, 1 cent global transfers. And I didn't really see this, but instead we got some other news. They introduced Cent, instantly move money anywhere for free. So no 1 cent and 1 second, no instant and also for free. So basically it does the same thing as what was mentioned here on the roadmap with 1 second, 1 cent global transfers. So I do expect soon also to see a check mark here in this item. And finally, for banking, we do have the international bank accounts and also the business accounts, and both are planned for Q4. But still no news about these two items, guys. So make sure you're strapped in here to the channel on YouTube. So if we get any more news, I will make sure you guys are up to date. Anyways, finally, we do have the cards. And I think the biggest really was for cards, the credit card launch already in Q2. But I was still waiting for expansion towards Africa. But this item is also still running till the end of the year. We also are still waiting for the Prime card. And this was about to launch in Q3. But also no news yet about the Prime card. And finally, for Q4, we got the 10% travel rebate. And this is really important to also finish up the level up program. Because I believe if you go, for example, to Pro or Private, you should be getting also some travel rebates as part of level up. You can see here, I think down below, 20% travel rewards with the private program. So guys, this can be quite huge to also get people from the credit cards of banks over to Crypto.com. That's basically the update regarding the Crypto.com roadmap. We're getting to the end really of 2025. So maybe soon also we will see an update for 2026. And that could be a potential catalyst also for the CRO price, like what we have seen back in November of last year. But of course, we always have to wait and see. But if anything happens, I will make sure you guys are up to date. And if you want to learn more also about the Kronos roadmap, check out this video here to the right of me.